You're watching MMA Oddsbreaker. I'm Frank Trigg. This week we're talking to Dustin Poirier, who's fighting Diego Brandao on UFC 168. Big fight, big night. Obviously, Chris Weidman, Anderson Silva. This is a huge event because it's the end of the year card. I spoke with Chris Lieben a little while ago, and he's like they always grace him by putting him on this card, the end of the year card, because it's what they want. They want high action. They want high fights. Obviously, Dustin, you and I have talked about this before. You're another high action fighter. They put you on here because that's what you do. Do you think Diego's going to be able to stay in the pocket and he's going to try to bring the same action like you always do? Or do you think he's going to try and run from you a little bit?
He's not a runner, man. He's going to walk forward and be very aggressive. But, and I'm prepared for that. He's going to run right into something.
He does come forward quite a bit, but so do you. Have you been changing up your style a little bit so that when guys are as aggressive as you are, you can take that half step back and kind of catch them on your way out? Or are you still spending a lot of time just trying to overwhelm them with the amount of punches and the amount of strength that you actually have at the weight class?
Of course, working stuff, check hooks and stuff like that, working for aggressive guys. But I'm always working my boxing, my kickboxing. I think when a fight style like this happens, two guys who going to walk forward, I'm going to just be a veteran and use my skills and use my kickboxing and show how good I really am on the feet.
What do you think he's looking at when he's getting ready to train for you and what he's when he's looking at film, just like you look at film of him, what do you think he sees that he's going to try to exploit when you guys fight on the 28th?
Man, I have no clue, but I would assume he's going to come into this fight throwing big overhands like he always does, brawling, and maybe looking for the takedown. I just don't think it'd be smart of him to stand toe to toe and try to technically kickbox with me for 15 minutes. I just think that's a bad game plan for him.
Is Diego going to be able to hold you down if he takes you down?
He can't. It's impossible. He won't be able to hold me down, and he won't be able to submit me. So, he's in for a long 15 minutes.
I kind of see this fight as being one of those deals where he's going to stay up and kickbox with you for a little while, realize your power and your technique, and then realize he needs to get a takedown and spend a lot of energy getting a takedown. Not being able to finish it, taking a lot of energy out of his system, arms getting flattened out, not being able to throw as many punches when you get back up to your feet again. I kind of see it as being a TKO or a KO loss for him coming late in the third round. I see that because of the way you're wrestling is. Do you kind of agree with my assessment?
Definitely, but I want a great fight, so I'm hoping for the most in shape, best cardio we've ever seen out of Diego Brandao. I want a battle, man, so I'm hoping that he shows up ready to go. But in his past fights, he has slowed down, and if he does it against me, man, it's going to be a really, really rough night for him because I'm going to pick up the pace. The slower he goes, the more I'm going to push it. And like you said, shooting takedowns, and he's not a wrestler. Let's get that straight. He might have some good trips and some good tosses and some stuff against the fence, but he's not a wrestler. So that's not a comfort zone. Him scrambling for takedowns is really going to fatigue him, especially when he has to get up because he can't take me down, and I'm making him have to stand back up, So that's going to be fun to see how that plays out, too.
Who are your training partners for this one, trying to get you ready for Diego?
I trained a good bit of wrestling with Nick Lynch and Mike Brown. Yeah. And
those guys are horrible at wrestling, by the way. Their wrestling is no good. So I don't know why you wasted your time with those two guys.
Yeah, they're more of like karate fighters, karate background guys. But those guys are great wrestlers and great jiu-jitsu. And they're the same size as him. He's a little bit shorter and stockier. Brandao is. I've never seen him in person, but I think he's like 5'7".
Yeah.
A little bit shorter reach. So I'm expecting him to be short and kind of solid. So I had great looks, from those guys.
Who's going to corner you when the fight comes out, and who was the biggest voice during training camp as far as putting together your game plan?
I would have to say my wrestling coach, Canvas Barzin. We call him Tommy out here at American Top Team. He's really taken me under his wing, you can say, and I've been working every day, every week, week in, week out on my wrestling, man. I felt like that was a big problem I had in a lot of fights and at the beginning of my career, and I feel like it's really coming along. I'm feeling strong there.
When it's crunch time, and there's a lot of action going on, and those corners are very important because you get a lot of information coming from three different guys. Are they all on the same page, or do you just focus out and only listen to one voice? Are you one of those guys like I'm a guy that I would hear everything and kind of analyze it
Right.
and try to figure out what I'm doing, and other guys like nope, one voice, that's all I hear and that's it.
Nah, I'm not really like that. There's no like uh, captain or head guy in the corner. But these guys aren't. They're veteran corner guys and fighters themselves, so they're not all screaming at the same time. It's not a bunch of voices. They kind of it's smooth and they work together. I have my boxing coach, Daya Davis, Howard Davis Jr.'s
Yep.
son. Uh, he's going to be in the corner. Mike Brown and Kami. And they've this is the first time Kami corners me, but Mike Brown and Daya have both cornered me multiple times. So it's familiar faces and smooth for fight night.
Well, Dustin, thanks for taking a couple minutes with us here at MMA Oddsbreaker. I appreciate it. Thanks for getting all the technical difficulties worked out too. That's it's most fighters are like, yeah, good, look, dude, I'm done. So thanks, I appreciate you getting all that done, man.
Uh,
Say hi to the guys over there, especially say hi to Nick Lentz. I interviewed him the other day, and what a great guy, what a gentleman. And I love interviewing you guys from down American Top Team because Labarrio kind of makes it. The people that are attracted to go down American Top Team, they all kind of have the same mentality: work hard, be there every day, get 2 to 3 workouts in every day, show up for the training partners when they're not in camp, show up for their coaches when they're not in camp, but then the coaches and the training partners show up for them when you're in camp, and it really shows that really from all different walks of life, one guy
Right.
can get everybody in and be on the same page. And you really, I haven't interviewed anybody from American Top Team or met anybody from American Top Team, whether it's Atlanta, Miami, or St. Louis. That's not a true gentleman. And it really, for a guy that's been in the sport for so long, to have everybody be a gentleman from there makes it really nice and easy for me to do my job.
Nice, yeah. No, man, it's awesome. It's a room full of great guys, great talent, man.
I appreciate it, Dustin. Good luck against Diego Brandao on the 28th down here at UFC 168, and I'll see you when you get in town.
Yes, yes, indeed. Thanks, man.